There is a common perception that those who work in the public sector have the best of both worlds. It is claimed that they are paid more than those in the private sector, and that their jobs are better in other ways too. Reports of average pay comparisons, for example, frequently generate headlines which claim to back this up. Such reports often go on to claim that public sector workers enjoy other advantages too, such as working under less pressure, enjoying greater job security, and getting better pensions. This has stoked up feelings of sector envy, with the suggestion that the grass is greener in the public sector. Our analysis challenges this suggestion in two ways. First, by examining sector differences in the qualitative aspects of work, and secondly by showing how these differences can explain the unadjusted public sector pay markup, which newspaper headlines often uncritically report. The analysis was carried out as part of an ESRC grant and is based on comparing surveys of workers carried out in 1997, 2001, 2006 and 2012 as part of the Skills and Employment Survey series. We find, for example, contrary to popular perception, public sector jobs do not offer workers more autonomy. In fact, according to some measures, they have far less say at work, and the gap between the sectors has been moving against public sector workers since 1997, about the time when governments started to modernise the public sector. We also find that jobs are no longer safer in the public sector. In fact, in 2012, public sector workers felt significantly more at risk of losing their jobs. Nevertheless, public sector jobs are higher skilled in terms of the level of qualification required on entry, the length of prior training needed, and the length of post-learning required to get up to speed. We use the idea of compensating wage differentials to examine whether these kinds of differences can help to explain pay variation between the sectors. If left unadjusted, the pay gap between the sectors is about 16%. It is this unadjusted raw pay gap on which many newspaper headlines are based. However, this gap shrinks when we take into account the different composition of the sectors and, importantly, differences in the non-pay quality of work. Once all of these factors are included, the wage premium disappears overall, but remains for women and the lowest paid. The full analysis can be found in a book chapter to be published by Oxford University Press in 2015. The book, Unequal Britain at Work, is edited by myself, along with Duncan Galley and Francis Green. The public sector analysis was carried out by a team of researchers: David Blackerby, Melanie Jones, Jerry Makepeace, Phil Murphy, Vicky Wass and myself. An early version of the chapter is available on the Wizard website, so see the link in the video description.